especially for those of you who really want to be a millionaire and you're not just talking. If you're just talking, then there's a club for that. They look great. They wear all the t-shirts that say that they're a boss and they're doing nothing. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the person behind you.
Because I really don't know what I would do if I didn't have some work that I had to get to.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of WorkHARDAholics. I am your host, Shirley Crawford, the original WorkHARDAholic. For those of you who wondering what does it mean, it's the movers and the shakers always doing something. If you want to be in balance and get some more green, WorkHARDAholics. Yay! We're back, which means it's another Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hanging out with the WorkHARDAholics. I am Shirley Crawford, the original WorkHARDAholic. Why? Because I made the term up. Yes. When you're the creator, you get rights like that. That's how it works. And for those of you who wonder exactly what a WorkHARDAholic is, and you didn't catch it from the song, that snippet of our theme song, a WorkHARDAholic is someone who is always doing something. We don't rest on our laurels. We don't wait for the world to bring it to us. We
taking it to the street.
Okay, see, this is the problem when we're not together, right? Yeah. We got to get our vibe back together remotely. Yes, indeed. As a WorkHARDAholic, you know what? You're tired of having to apologize to everyone because you got work to do. If it's Saturday and you say, you know what, I want to go into the office for a few hours, you don't have to apologize for that here. You just don't have to. Just because you're on vacation and you've already plotted out your schedule, your day, your itinerary, what you want to see happen, you know what? Welcome home. You have found your tribe. Here we believe in getting done the work and getting it done well and efficiently so that we can live full, vibrant lives. Long ago, before the term was created, WorkHARDAholics, people used to always ask me, like, how is it that I saw you being interviewed over here and you were at this event and didn't you do that 5K? And then I saw you over here and I saw you posting pictures from that festival. And it's like, how do you get so much done? I am a WorkHARDAholic. That's how we get it done. We make it happen. And we come together Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or whenever you're in the replay. You're welcome to watch whenever works for you. We come together to help you be a more efficient WorkHARDAholic. We help you to learn how to communicate better.
Yes.
How to pool your resources to make sure that you're using your time efficiently, all while living in balance.
Yes.
Right? Because as a WorkHARDAholic, right? I need y'all to know I was born with gray hair, but I got a lot more of it just by doing what we do. And so we want to help you decrease the gray, unless, of course, you want to color it. It is a trend right now. I'm just saying. Outside of that, we want to help you live the best life that you possibly can so that you can work hard, play harder, and business better.
Yes.
Now, I'm trying to see what side Christina is on for me today. She's still on my left. To my left, I have my co-host, none other than Socialita Christina. All right, are we having school in the background?
Yes.
For all of you out there who are working remotely, having to not only raise your kids, but teach them too, more power to you. I can always tell when Christina still has school in session because she has she dials down on her volume and excitement level so as not to disturb the child who is taking classes.
Yes. And this is SOL week.
Ooh, SOL week. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew. Oh,
I know, right?
Standards of learning. It's a good theory. All righty then. Okay, well, let's get this party moving along here. Socialita Christina is our local social media maven. So she helps you get your voice heard above the noise and the chatter of all that's happening out there in social media land.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And if I didn't mention, I am Shirley Crawford, the original Workaholic, the executive director of the Women's Business Center, RVA, owner of Second Chance Consulting, author, speaker, blah, 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 all that. And at present, I'm yours. That's all that really matters. For this moment in time, I am yours. Alrighty then. Okay, so that's who we are. The first thing that we want to, get started with, there's been a lot of things happening in our community, in our society, in our world, individually. Christina, you mentioned about like even for SOLs, like how do you all manage to like maintain the stress levels over there?
Okay. It is a jungle over here.
I,
It's a jungle.
I don't doubt it for a minute.
Yes, just, writing down times, putting them in our calendars, alarm. Listen, the alarm clock on our phone, that's my best friend. Every couple minutes, all right, next class, next test, I got a Zoom call, I got to do that, so that's how we stay organized.
It's funny that you would say that. If anyone is an expert with like Google, like the Echo, the Google Mini, the Google Mini, I am trying to set a 15-minute reminder. I got my mom a Google Mini, and I think she prefers Alexa, but so she has Alexa on her TV, but then she has the Google Mini, and I've been trying to set it so that every 15 minutes it will remind her to stand up. If anyone knows how to set that, let me know. Because like when you talk about having that alarm and keeping that, you're right, as a tool, right? As a tool for the busy workaholic, you have so many things going on. I also use my calendar and the reminders on it to keep me on track. In addition to the fact that I still use the Pomodoro technique, which we talked about before, that it's still in that 15-minute intervals kind of thing. And I want to set it for my mother. She needs to like get up. I'm saying every 15 minutes. If I can get her up twice an hour, I'd be okay. To get up, walk to the front door, utilize your limbs, come back. Am I the only one? I know that I'm the oldest person in this room and in this conversation, but like my joints get tight. Like, so as a workaholic, like, you know how we love to focus? Like, it doesn't take much to like sit there and I will realize that I've been sitting still for 5 hours straight because I was so focused on my task. Am I the only one? Is it just me? Okay, I'm just saying. So I'll get up and I might be stiff. Like, oh my God, how long was I sitting there? So like normally, like I haven't been wearing my smartwatch the past week because I went on a mini vacation and I haven't put it back on yet, and I need to. But it would give me a reminder and say, okay, time to move. So when you talk about like utilizing your clock, your calendar, and those things that most people have for free, so you don't have to even pay for that. Just set a reminder to remind you to do those key vital things.
Yeah.
And I've really been reflecting on time a lot. We talked, I think, last week about someone who served as a mentor in my life who is no longer with us, but I wanted to share with regards to legacy. I wanted to share. So I spoke about Adele Johnson, who was someone who has made a lasting impact, not just locally, but nationally. And in her pseudo retirement, she became the executive director of the Black History Museum here in Richmond. And so they have finally made the announcement about her homegoing celebration. And so I wanted to share that with you all. One, they have asked for anyone who would like to make contributions that in lieu of flowers or anything else, they're looking for donations to the Black History Museum. And so the celebration of life for Adele C. Johnson will be Tuesday, May 25th at 3 o'clock. So it'll be at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it'll be a lovely celebration. I got to see a little prequel. So for those of you who are interested, you can go on to I guess we'll probably share it to the WorkHARDaholics page as well, but it's currently on the Black History Museum's page. You can get the link. So I say kudos to a life well spent. And I hope and pray that my life shows forth as a portion of her legacy as well. So sharing that with you all. And so going from the opposite of something having immense value to the polar opposite of something that has next to no value, it's our word for the week. Okay, so this week, our word is, I don't know, I feel like a drum roll, shin plaster.
Okay.
I love, y'all don't know, one of the things I miss about Christina not being right here, I can look at her face whenever we share the word. She always, that's where I gauge like my excitement from, like, what do you think? So the word from this week is shin plaster, which, like, when you think about words sounding made up, this is it. This sounds like a really made up word. And some of you might be wondering, why do we do a word for the week? The real deal is that, especially as an entrepreneur or in any role or capacity, we have to be able to communicate and communicate well. So the word for the week gives you an opportunity to impress your friends, family, coworkers, and community with a new word, and also to make sure that when you're in conversation with someone that you are using words correctly and that you're both understanding what you're talking about. So shin plaster is basically monetary value that has next to no monetary value. And so the word itself is bizarre, and it came from the appearance. So whenever you think, oh, it can also be a 25-cent bill in Canada. But general, if you think about like does anyone have any Confederate money left? Like, anybody? Right? So if you did, it has no value, right? Confederate money. And that was the thing. So when we talk about the North and the South, the Confederate soldiers were actually like hiding their Confederate money, but keeping in mind that after the Confederacy, that had no more value. We are now on the US dollar, right? Which also almost has no value. But right. That's a story for another day, right? But think about that. So something that's supposed to be, because paper money is just that. So long ago on a land far away, you bartered everything, right?
Right.
So if I wanted your services, I gave you corn and you gave me a wool jacket. Like, we bartered. That was how it worked. So the value was, innate and in your hand. Paper dollars, especially here in the United States, were originally based off of the amount of gold that was held in the United States. And at this point, we're operating a lot on credit. So your dollar isn't really worth a dollar. And if at any point, and that's why the value of the dollar can change every day. Okay, not to get too far into that. But for those of you who have traveled internationally, like one of the great things about Haiti is that you can see how the stock market works in an everyday environment. So if you go to Haiti, and so you come in, let's say you have $100, and so you want to convert it to local money, which you don't have to do. Actually, you can spend your $100. It's just using American dollars there will make them fleece you. They will they'll take more of your money because they recognize that you're American and you're spending American money. Just a sidebar. But you can go to some lovely local businessman who will be standing on a corner and exchange their money for local money. And they will know. So if you go to the bank, it's always more expensive whenever you go. Like if you're traveling internationally, here's a note for you all for the day. If you're traveling internationally, you can go to an exchange center. You can find them in your banks may do it for you. You can go to any international airport and they're going to have an exchange center, but the rates there are higher. Or you can wait until you get to the country you're going to, go to their bank and do the exchange, or find another exchange center. And the rates, the rates are set internationally to say, okay, well, the American dollar is worth 78 cents here. In the EU, they're not the pound. Oh, I forget what they have. Forgive me, I'm having a bad day. They are working on their international the euro. The euro is worth more than the dollar at present. But like if you're going to South Africa, then it used to be that American money was 10 to 1 of local dollars. We're not getting into all that today. I'm just giving you the idea. I don't want to overwhelm you with just this piece of finance. But in Haiti, because they are the country of the original hustler, you can go to someone the same way you might go to for a shady deal here on the street corner. No. They up their game. You can go to said person on the corner and be like, okay, I have $100. I want to exchange it for local money. And you can barter with them about what rate they will utilize for you. And so it's just a really, okay, I geeked out. I went too far. Okay, back to shin plaster. So the point is that paper money is valued based off of the local economies and systems. And so if you think about money that used to have value that has none now, that would be shin plaster. All of that to get you there. I'm back now. I forget sometimes that everyone doesn't geek out with me about all of my various topics. So Christina with a K over there is looking around like, why are we on this? Christina with a K is very much like, if you're not giving me coins, I don't see any reason to discuss coins. I got it. I know who I'm working with. I got it.
The whole exchange rate, I hate having to deal with it when I'm traveling, all that. I use my credit card. I don't have to worry about any of that. And if someone were to steal it, I don't have to worry about someone taking my money. It's the credit cards, it's the whole history behind that. But
it's a whole system.
It's a whole system. So the credit card company does that for me. And to avoid going to a whole other bank and doing all that stuff.
Yeah. I hear you. But see, the frugal entrepreneur in me wants all the money I can get. And I don't want to give it up because I had to pay higher for exchanging my money. Y'all can call it whatever you want to. Thrifty, frugal, cheap. I don't care. Spendthrift. Go through all of the vocabulary words. You will come back to right here. Like, I'm paying you to give me local money. What? Like, what? Yeah. That's not my idea of fun. So, yeah. I thought after being in Haiti, though, I was like, I could street hustle. I mean, in this way. I could be on the corner doing exchange rates. Like, I could exchange your money for local American dollars. I could do that. But I have no desire to know what the going rate for the dollar is and what your money is and your yen and whatever else I don't need to know. And okay, this is my last geeky thing about money. This is it for real. But in terms of shin plaster, two things. One, the reason that it got its name is that the paper that it was printed on looked a lot like what they used to bandage up shins back in the day.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was just like, what does shin or plaster have to do with money? But that's how they got that name. The other thing is, for those of you, because everything is starting to open up a little bit as far as travel. So for those of you who are considering traveling, a travel note for you. When you leave a country, dump anything that looks like a coin. Spend it. Don't bother to bring it back unless I have a collection of international coins because I enjoy looking at them. But technically speaking, when it's time to exchange your money, I don't care if they get, like, if you think about like our silver dollar, it's still $1. But if you're trying to exchange it and you're in the other country, they won't take it. Everyone only takes paper.
Right.
So just an FYI, if you're traveling internationally and you're about to like come back, make sure you spend all your coins. Anything that looks like a coin, spend it. It won't exchange. So you can have a bunch of money in coins. Like South Africa, most of the money, there's a lot of the money that is coins. Mm-hmm. Spend it while you're there. Just saying. Or sell it to someone. All right, that's a whole side story. Okay, on that note, because we're talking about, I love all my polar opposites. So when we talk about shin plaster, that's money that has no value, or it's a 25-cent bill for Canada. Interesting enough. But on the other end of that, if you're tired of dealing in just coins and you're ready for the upgrade, but you don't know how, or especially if you think it's too late for you, I want to introduce our book it moment for this week. And it's the last chance millionaire. Who wants to be a millionaire?
Okay.
I think I could be a game show host. I think I could host. I really do. So, you all know I love to pull out a book from my library, or I will go shopping just for books. And so, yeah. So this one, as I just mentioned, it's The Last Chance Millionaire. It's Not Too Late to Become Wealthy by Douglas Andrew. Right? So for those of you who don't know, I am a quinquagenarian. That means I'm 50, or I'm in my 50s. I just turned 50 in 2020. Right? And so at this point, a lot of people think it's too late. Really, if you are younger, if you are a millennial, you should already be planning for your retirement.
Yes.
I know last week we talked about the example of investing that $5 every week, and what was different for the person who put it into the stock market and the other person who just put it into like a savings account kind of a deal, and how both, even doing either one of those will put you into 6 figures, but doing the stock market or an investment plan will put you into the 7 figures. Same amount of money, right? So there's a beautiful thing in that. So if you're young, I just said $5 a week, like literally. Drop a latte a week, invest it, and you can easily be a millionaire by the time that you are my age. Close to my age, like 55, maybe 60. Retirement.
Shout out to Teresa Kelly, if you're looking for.
Yes. Financial planner, advisor, helping you figure out how to structure your dollars and what to do with them.
Yeah.
Teresa Kelly, do you know what agency she's with?
Primerica.
Is she still Primerica?
Because I use her.
Okay. So Teresa Kelly, and this is what I like about, okay, so if y'all don't know, when I like refer or say a name or say yes to someone, I always clarify, there's sharing a resource and then there's a referral. There's two different things. And I always clarify to say, here's a resource, here's a referral. So 99.99999% of the time, I'm sharing a resource. I don't give a lot of referrals because that is a reflection of my character. And if they fall through, then I feel like I have to step up. Like I recently made a referral to Christina with a K, and they fell through. And so now I'm trying to make up for that. Like I'm volunteering to do some work with Christina with a K to make up for the fact that my referral, anyway. Yeah, so that's how I feel about a referral. Like I feel personally responsible because I told you that they were a person of credibility, character, and integrity. A resource I'll share all day. Like, oh, you want to list CPAs? Here are 3. Go check them out.
Yeah.
Different thing. Okay. And so Teresa Kelly, I will give that as a personal referral, not just a resource. And if y'all like, I guess we could probably drop her information in, but it's important to think about your money. And I know I've said this repeatedly on the show before, is that in my initial years, money was not my measurement for success. It wasn't my concern. So like building the center to me is the epicenter of me knowing that I'm successful, because it gives me an opportunity to be a contributor and an assistant in my community in ways that others could never imagine. And it's my gift to the world. So I know that I'm successful, if only for the fact that we created this place and the work that it does. And now that that's off my list, now I'm like, oh, wait a minute, Shirley. Hey, wait a minute. It's not too late to become a millionaire. We need to focus on our dollars so that our lives make sense. Y'all like that? That was cute to me. Okay. All right. So I want to share a couple of little pieces out of the book because it really was very cool. And so I know I'm geeking out, but you all want this information. Stop playing. Listen up. Okay. So one of the things it talks about on page 69 in the hard copy is that they talk about how does inflation affect your nest egg, right? And so like when I think about some of the classes we took for graduate school, we talk a lot about the current cost of money versus the future, the time value of money is what it's called, right? So TVM. So a dollar today does not have the same value as, like I was talking about shin plaster earlier, but this is different. It's not that the money no longer has any value or that it's now just something for decoration. But if you think about it this way, when I was 20, I could get a gallon of gas for $1, right?
Mhm.
Today, a gallon of gas is averaging at $3.50. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even here in Richmond, gas right now is $3,
Right.
which is that was all because of this recent thank you glitch with the pipeline. But
Yeah.
outside of that, and before that, yeah, but nationwide, $3.50 is the average, like right now for gasoline, right? So that same dollar, if you had $1 when I was 20 and you put it underneath your mattress and brought it out today, you could not buy the same things that you could have bought when you first stuck that dollar under the mattress,
Right.
right? And that is indeed because of inflation and like just the value of things being differently, right? And so this talks about, and I love this rule. I love the rule of 72. So if you don't know what that is, listen here. Y'all don't listen to them. Y'all don't know that song. Okay, anyway, let me tell you the rule of 72. So you use it to figure out the cost of living because inflation grows at a compound rate. If you don't know what a compound rate is, I'm gonna let you go look that up. And so in this example, if inflation was 5% a year, which I meant to look up the current inflation rate and I didn't. If anybody else wants to look it up and tell me what it is, great, because I don't know. But let's say if it were 5% a year, you would divide 5 into 72, right? And it will tell you how many years it will take for the cost of living to double. So if it were 5 years into 72, that would mean that it would be that cost of living would double every 15 years. So what that means basically is that if you had $6,000 a month, 15 years or not, 15 years. Let me try that again. Let me not read it and just say what I know that it says. If right now you were spending $3,000 a month to live comfortably, if it were 5% rate of inflation, that would mean that 15 years from now, you would need to be paying $6,000 a month for those same expenses. Not getting better, not getting bigger, not doing more, just to maintain 15 years from now at a 5% rate of inflation, you'd be paying double whatever you're paying now. So when you're thinking about retirement, which I think about a lot. I'm 50 now, and so my full intention is I plan to retire before the retirement age. Although I'll still, don't you worry, people, I'll still do like a little bit of consulting, and I'll always have a business, and I'll speak and write books. But like to come into the center for every day of the week, I won't be doing that in 10 years. I might be lying. I definitely won't be doing that in 15 years. Right? I'll come by every now and again and say hi to everybody, and I'll read the reports and make sure everything's great. But I will be my variation of retired. So in order to just maintain where you are, you calculate the level of inflation, right? And so there are all these beautiful, okay, for those of you who didn't geek out and didn't want to do the MBA program and you don't have a financial advisor, which you should, like we talked about Teresa, great person to work with. You have to be, I'll tell you for me, I'm 50 years old and I live a very basic life, like for real. I travel a lot. That's my biggest expense. But for housing, everything else considered, for my retirement, I'm supposed to have $2.5 million to live off on until I die.
Okay.
Right? Some of you have never seen $1 million, let alone 2.5.
Right.
But that's how much I need to have for my basic life. So there's a calculator, a retirement calculator that you can utilize, or you can find yourself a good financial planner and they can help you figure it out. And then there are books like this. It's not too late to be a millionaire that can also help you out in that process. So that those numbers are not meant to like depress you. Okay, so one of the other things I want to share from the book, and then, we'll move on. Because this was a piece of advice they gave in the book that totally surprised me. And I've had lots of conversations with financial planners and advisors and people who give you tips. I mean, I know the people who wrote the books on like credit repair. And so I've had lots of conversations over the years, and I had never heard this piece of advice before. So take it with a grain of salt, do with it what you will, but I thought it was a really interesting concept. Okay, so it talks about how, like, I have all of the financial planners, you can tell me if you've ever heard this, Christina. They always say to make one extra payment each year on your mortgage. And it actually, in the end, will cut down your mortgage to like half of the time period. So if you have a 30-year mortgage, making one extra payment a year that you are making sure applies to your principal, not to your interest. And you have to tell them that. Otherwise, they will just apply it directly to your interest. So you make an extra payment each year. Tell them to apply it to your principal. And the math shows that it cuts down your overall payments to half. So if it was a 30-year mortgage, it cuts it down to 15. So that's the advice I've always heard. Well, let me tell you what Mr. Andrew has to say. He says, nope, don't do it. He says, take that same payment and invest it. And then with the bulk sum of that you will get along with the interest, then apply that. So you're still taking that same payment, but you're going to invest it elsewhere, make money off of it, and still get the tax credit from the federal government from having mortgage payments. So get the tax credit, take that lump sum of money, and then apply it all at once. You're still going to get the same result, basically, but you're going to end up with more interest paid to you. Okay. I had never heard that before. And then he has a whole chart on how much money you're accumulating by investing it rather than just giving them the payment. And so he talks about how much money the bank makes off of you. So this is your way to make money off of you and then still make the bulk payment and decrease the length of your mortgage. I have never heard that theory before. That was a first. So thank you, Mr. Andrew, for a very interesting read. And so if you all didn't know, part of the reason why, I didn't say it at the time, but part of the reason why we do a book it moment is because whenever they do interviews of a millionaire, a billionaire, etc., or subject matter experts and leaders, they always say in the top 10 list of things that they all do is read a book. Especially autobiographies and biographies, because you can learn from someone else's mistakes, from someone else's accomplishments, and save yourself some time, energy, effort, and thought. So that was our last chance millionaire. Feel free to pick it up. It's not too late to become wealthy. It's not too late at all. And that's what we love. We want to see all of you successful. All right. But right now, we're going to get ready for a word from our sponsors. Those who make it possible for us to bring you WorkHARDaholic.
Ladies, are you looking to move your office from your kitchen table to a space of your own? Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Are you looking for co-working and community? Well, then come join us at the Women's Business Center, RVA, located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, Suite 100, directly across the street from the Kroger at Willow Lawn. Visit us on the web at wbcrva.com or on social media at WBCRVA. When you're ready for more than just office space, come join.
Alrighty then, and we are back. I was okay with it. See, my technician is out technicking me. Now that would be a made up word. Out technicianing me. Thank you. Yeah, because I was over here doing something very interesting that she didn't like. But I really was gonna play it. Back to where we were before that all happened. Okay then. Okay, so for those of you who are just joining us, welcome back, bienvenido. Welcome to WorkHARDaholics. So, thus far, we had a moment to share about legacy, to keep you all informed and aware about the online celebration of life that's going to be happening for Odell Johnson on the 25th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also shared our word for the week, shin plaster. I'm sorry, I'm still digging that. Okay, and then of course our book it moment, which we just had, The Last Chance Millionaire. It's not too late to become wealthy. Just to let you know, it's really not. And now, we just heard a few words from our sponsors, and we're going to hear our Socialita business check-in. I don't know why the sound effect. I just felt it.
Okay. This moment and in the show, we shout out a couple businesses that are local to RVA, or you have contacted us and let us know that you want to be a part of the business check-in with Socialita. So first, let's shout out the Imagine Media Lab with Christina Clark. If you are looking for a promo video, if you are looking for somewhere that will host your podcast, such as the WorkHARDAholics podcast, then make sure that you check out the Imagine Media Lab. They are on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, I believe. Yes, perfect. So I'd also like to shout out Second Chance Consulting.
I know that.
If you're a startup, if you are a seasoned entrepreneur, if you have questions about, what to do in your business, Second Chance Consulting is the place for you. You need to make sure that you check out Shirley Crawford, because she can help you. She can take you from 0 to 1,000 really, really quickly. All right. So next business is Socialita, social media management company. We are servicing the entire state of Virginia as well as Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, and hopefully we're going to go somewhere else as well. So if you want to stand out from the crowd, make sure that you check us out, because we can get you there. We have taken our clients from no followers to many, okay? Brand awareness. We have taken artists from people not knowing who they are to everyone knowing who they are. So make sure that you check us out, because we do this. This is what we do, okay? Team of experts. All right, AAA Consulting.
No.
Oh, okay. AAA Consulting. If you are someone, you're trying to buy a house, you're trying to get a car, you keep getting denied for an apartment. You know how embarrassing that is, for an apartment or for a car, you can't get one.
Wow.
Check out AAA Consulting, because they can help you. They will go through your credit report with you. They will dispute inaccurate information. Okay.
I like the emphasis on inaccurate, people.
Yeah.
If you got it and you spent it and you did it, that's not inaccurate.
Right. Pay your bills. Okay. Pay your bills. All right. Yes. So she will dispute inaccurate information. She talks to you about the importance of trade lines and credit utilization, all those different things that you may not have known, because a lot of us didn't. So she will show you how to, increase your credit score. So check out AAA Consulting at AAAconsultingllc.net. Okay. Abundant Life Church of Christ, our #1 fans.
Yay!
Thank you all for being a part of the WorkHARDAholics Show and a part of the business check-in. So shout out to you all, and Pastor Foreman and First Lady Foreman. Okay. All right. Teresa Kelly with Primerica. Am I saying that correctly? Primerica. Okay. So if you need someone to just literally sit down with you and give you tunnel vision about your finances, Teresa is the person for you. I personally use her. I have been with her for maybe, I think it's a year.
Oh, wow. Happy anniversary.
Yes, thank you. So yes, she talks to you about mutual funds and investing, 401k, especially if you're a business owner, how to prepare for retirement, because when you're working for other companies, they offer you different plans, right? Yeah. But when you're working for yourself, you may not even have, you don't have the same options. So she helps you with how to, you know, distinguish what to invest in, and talk to you about it. And talk to you about investing and retirement. Jesus. And last but not least, she also talks to you about how to prepare for your children's future. Okay, so whether it is about college, whether it is you just want to have a safety net for them, she talks to you about how to do that. And not just talk, she shows you. Okay, so check out Teresa Kelly. That's it for the business check-in.
I need a...
Oh, hashtag get your house in order.
Woo! Get your house in order. Sorry, that was like, what, is that Shirley singing? I'm not doing
get your house in order. There is no reason, especially if you're a millennial, there is no reason why you are walking around here with bad credit no more.
Ooh, you're too young. You're too young for that.
Bad credit, why you have no assets at all. Why is everything that you have a liability?
Ooh.
Right? So get your house in order. Prepare your kids for the different things that your parents did not prepare you for. Ooh. Period.
Yes. And we did mention once again, right? When you start planning for your finances in your 20s, you don't have to strive the same way someone does. Like, I'm 50. If I were just starting today, we talk about the time value of money. Like the whole deal, like I have to put in a whole lot more money than you do if we were both starting today to deal with planning for our retirement. I know you all think you all are invincible and infallible, and that you will nothing will ever happen, or that you'll never get old. I know that you all think it, but I want you to get old. I want you to live long, happy, prosperous lives without food stamps.
Don't be an old fool.
Woo!
Don't be an old fool.
A young fool becomes an old fool. It is all true. All true. We want more for you.
We do.
So start now. Right? There are so many apps, but like Robinhood is like doing stuff. Like right now, the Robinhood app is out there. You all can utilize that. Coinbase, if you're interested in like Bitcoin and everything else. Gary Vee has a new crypto wallet. There are so many options. Even if you really just don't even know what you're doing at all, there are so many investment clubs and groups and stuff that's happening. Like, really, you can do it.
Yeah.
And if you really have tons of questions and you have no idea, let me know. We might consider an investment club or joining with one so that we can share it with you all. We maybe. We'll talk about it. Okay. But on that note, talking about tools and things that you can use to maximize, to do better, to be more productive, to make sure that you are utilizing your time and your money to your best effect, we're going to share our time tool technique for the week that we thank Christina with a C for helping us to figure out which one we're going to use for this week. Yes. So we're going to talk about your link bio, your bio link.
Yes.
Right? So if you don't know what that is, then okay. Let's get you started. So every time if you're on Instagram, if you're on TikTok, if you're on someone's social media account, in your bio, you're only allowed a certain amount of characters, right? Yeah. And so when you have a link, you'll see people who will have a bit.ly link or one of these other ones that we're about to mention, and you can click said link, and it takes you to connect with their social media, to their website. It can take you to their store. It can take you to all kinds of information. So you're no longer limited by the fact that a lot of your social media platforms only allow you to have one link. So you can't give a link for your Facebook and your Instagram and your Twitter and your TikTok and to your website all in one place. But if you use a bio link, yes, you can, right? And so some of the options, and y'all know I like free. So some of these are free. Some of them are paid. Some of them have a free option or a paid option, right? And so everything from Linktree is the one that I knew the most. So Linktree, and then Shorby, Flowpage, Links with 2 I's. Christina with a C had to tell me about that one. I didn't even know. Solo, there are lots of options, but the point is, it's time for you to do a little bit of your research and get one. And it's really cool. And so, like, I know before, like with Christina with a K, she introduced us to Popple. And so that's like sharing your business card, just hitting, tapping phones, especially in this socially distant time. But this is more so for the option of someone on your social media someplace. They can click the link in your bio and you can take them to see all kinds of information about you and your business all in one place. So it's like really cool, especially if you're on Instagram and someone clicks your bio and they click your Linktree, your Shorby, your flow page, your links, whatever, your Solo. I think we use Solo for me. And so you click it and they don't have to leave out. And so one of the things with our current society is that we are perpetually lazy. Right? It's just the bottom line. Especially as Americans, we're a lazy lot. We're used to things being very convenient. And so if you make it hard, we might not make it. That's part of the reason why you want to be on the first 2 pages of a Google search, because people don't go to the 3rd page. Right? If people want information from you,
go to the 2nd.
Right? Isn't it true? Yeah. Right? SEO is a thing, people. It's a real thing. All right. And so, like, if people have to search really hard, like you're telling, hey, I'm having a special or I'm doing this program, and they have to look all through your information to find it. If they can't find it quickly, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Attention deficit disorder is, I think, our country's motto. They will move right along. So if you're using a bio link, they click it, they can see everything. Your current special, what you're selling, links to your Shopify or to your shopping cart, to your Carta, which is we're still in the shopping cart piece, or to your most recent events, or to any of your social media. All right, you can just link it all right there, all together now in a very happy location. So for this week's time tool technique, we want to share with you that you all should be finding your own bio link.
Yes.
Choose the one that serves you best. I have no affiliate marketing with any of them, and I really should. I know. Christina with a C is shaking her head at me. I'm going to work on my own affiliate links, people. But for now, pick the one that suits you best and go for the gold. Go for the gusto. But make it easy for people to do business with you.
Yes.
That's it. Which one do you use, Christina with a K?
I use Linktree.
Linktree.
They have a free option. I am on the Pro, but they do have a free option.
So because Christina with the K is a professional social media maven, she can't do free stuff that relates to social media.
What it is, I like to personalize my stuff. I like to, add different backgrounds and have fun animated things. I'm
not shutting you down, Christina. I'm just saying you're legit. So she has to be legit, especially when it relates to social media. Okay, Christina with a C is over here singing MC Hammer song. She's over here with the too legit to quit. That's what
you've been around us too long, Christina with a C.
Right? Yep. That's how we rub off on you, people.
Yeah.
Yes, I will say on that note that Christina with a C, I will catch her like singing song. She'll be singing the WorkHARDAholic song. Walking around.
Oh God.
But she probably hears it more than anyone else because she's the one who has to edit all these things and make clips so that we can post them into our social media that, Christina with a K will also make happen. Yeah. But I always like it, Christina with a C. I love to hear you sing the songs. It makes me feel good. Because I write the songs that make the whole world sing. Don't ask me. It's like a Bob Dylan song. I have no idea. I don't know any more of the words. That's all the words I know. That's my MO. When it comes to a song, I know 2 lines. I know no more. But anyway, WorkHARDaholics. Yes, okay. So, on that note, that was our time tool technique for this week. That's right, people. If you don't have one, get your bio link. And if you're really nice, Christina with a C might allow you to pay her to do it for you. I can't guarantee that. Just saying. Alrighty then. So we are fast approaching the end of the show. Doesn't that seem crazy? We're not there yet, people. That's just a heads up. And so on that note, we want to talk about our work hard, play harder moment. So I've talked a lot, especially over the past few weeks, about legacy and loss
Yes.
and what it is we're looking to accomplish. And
Mm-hmm.
last week, on the side of the screen, there was a piece that said, "Your legacy is every life you've touched." And so, like, when we talk about how you measure success, so, okay, I wish I had brought this clip. I didn't think about doing it until just this moment. Last night, so we're getting ready at Abundant Life Church of Christ. We're getting ready for a Sunday service where the doors are being opened for the first time in over a year. So, like, we've done live streaming, and live streaming will continue. We've done parking lot service, which I enjoyed because it's like, I see you, we're still together, but we are apart. Like, you in your car, I'm actually probably on the soundboard, but either way, we're in it together, but apart together. Y'all don't know that either. That's okay. It's okay being the oldest person in the room. For those of you who remember, I kick across, apart together.
I remember that.
Do you for real? Okay, yay.
My mom is
You know what? Go sit in the corner. Just sit here, Mom.
across the park together. Yeah.
And let me tell you what I had to remind Christina with the K about. Was that just yesterday we had a meeting? I had to remind her, I am not old enough to be your mother. I am not that old. Close.
Okay.
Is she? Well, I have an older mother too, but Christina with the C said that her mom is older than me, and I was like, that does happen, but in general, going the other way, I don't quite make it unless I was a teen mom. I could not have. Well, okay, that's a whole other story. All right, back to the present. Back to the present of legacy. what we are leaving behind to others. You know what? Okay, Christine with a C is distracting me. She said she's gonna do the math. Okay, I'm back. I'm back now. Yes, of course. So when we talk about how we measure success, it's different for everyone. Like I was saying before, my previous measure of success, I had a small window where it was money. It was a very small window. And now, as everyone has heard me say repeatedly, my current measurement of success is two things. It's twofold. It's one, being able to be there for my mother in whatever way, shape, form she wants or desires.
Yes.
And so that one, I feel like I got covered. So, because if she calls me right now, we prefer that she not call during the show, but she has done it before, people. You've seen it happen. Outside of that, I can leave at any time and go accommodate her need. So if she called me right now and said, I need you, I can go. Or if she can call me in the middle of the day and I could be in a call with whomever. And it has happened before. And I mean whomever. She has her own ringtone. And if she reaches out to me, I will cut off a conversation with the President of the United States and keep it going. Like, sorry, dude. Let me check to see what she wants. I'll be mad that all she wanted was to say she wanted peanut butter and jelly. I will be angry about it, but I will cease and desist to go find out what her request is. That's how we operate. So that's one for me. And then two is to be able to travel without thought. I'm still working on that one. Because, like, if I say, hey, I'm going to go to Paris tomorrow outside of the pandemic and other issues, I want to be able to go, not have to worry about finding a deal for a flight or, like, leave and buy everything I want when I get to Paris. Like,
right.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not totally there yet. So,
Okay.
But money has never been on my agenda. Whereas now I'm adding it in. Like, for me right now, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Let me think about things in terms of money. And you can see the shift in my conversations. Like, someone will say something, and before I would have just said, oh, here's the answer. Now I'm like, oh, that'll be $5.99. I'll tell you what you need to know. And when I say, I don't mean $5.99. Like, that'll be $599, and I can tell you the answer you want in 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah. So I think a lot more about money now than I ever have before. But in terms of that measurement of success, when you're looking at your legacy, what are you leaving behind? What are you known for? What have you accomplished? What have you done? It's a good thing for people to really start thinking about, like, what is it you want the world to remember about you?
Right.
Right. And so we talked about Adele Johnson. and her legacy. We've been talking about that for a few weeks now. And as I mentioned, for those of you who are looking to make any contributions or donations, the family has asked that in lieu of flowers, that you make contributions to the Black History Museum right here in Richmond, Virginia. Located in the old Army building on Lee Street. And they will be live broadcasting her celebration of her life on the 25th, so Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so I will say, if no one else will tell you, an amazing woman, an amazing legacy. And so when you leave this world, what will you leave behind? What's your legacy? And so throughout this entire broadcast, throughout this entire program, we've been talking about you, your money, and your value, if you didn't catch the theme, right? Even back to the shin plaster, right? We've been talking about making sure that you are making good investments, that there is a value to what you're creating. Like we talk about, like, it's not too late to become a millionaire, but become a millionaire to do what?
Right.
Right. So these people who build big houses and have lots of money and have no impact in community are the same people who are, some days I think I should filter myself, but not right now. They're the same people committing suicide. They're the same people who are depressed.
That's true.
Money doesn't make value. Money makes moves.
Right.
Right. So we want you all to live a life of value. We want you to live a life that you can be proud of, that generations to come can be proud of, that the thing that you're accomplishing aren't just in the name of pelf, which almost was our word for the day. Pelf means money normally gotten with ill-gotten means. It still means money, but money made like in ways that it shouldn't have been. Pelf, P-E-F, right? And so rather than creating a legacy and an inheritance of good, positive things, you know, if you're just going to be obsessed about money, then that has the result that you expected to have.
Right.
We're just saying. All right. So on that happy note, I hope that each one of you is thinking about what you want your legacy to be. What's the impact that you want to leave in this world? What are you looking to accomplish, to do, to create, to share? Right. So part of my legacy is going to be this doggone women's business center that we're sitting in right now. But I was going to say the other part that led me back, we're talking about legacy. So as I was saying, the church is getting ready. See, I bookmarked it. I found my way back. The church is getting ready for Sunday service because we're opening the doors for the first time in over a year. Like you can physically come in the building. You had to register for service. Too late for you now if you want for Sunday. There are no more spaces left with regards to social distancing, so it's limited. Already maxed out. But last night we had rehearsal for the praise team. I have been working with the dance team, youth dancers for, oh my God, 30 years. Oh my God, I'm so old. Not quite 30 years, probably more like 25, 26. Because I was in my 20s when we started this dance team. When I started working with this dance team. And so last night, as we're getting ready, we have a bunch of, we get together for rehearsal. We put the call out to say who wants to dance, because we haven't danced in over a year. Who's available? So we currently have a whole new team of like little babies. And so, but for last night, like all of my old heads came back. So there were 5 or 6 of them last night. And it was such a reunion. So not only are we coming back after the pandemic, but the people that are coming back are actually former dancers for Halal, because they're actually older than my dancers now. And so when you talk about legacy, like just watching them together, and seeing where they are in their lives, like to me, I know that's part of my legacy, like that mentorship, and to see them all, like they were all back from school. And I took a video. I was watching them and I was like, oh my God, look at my babies all, grown up, like for real. Even my assistant director now for the dance teams is one of my former dancers. She a grown woman now. She got a job and everything, recognized by the mayor for her accomplishments, the whole nine. And so when we talk about legacy, what is yours? So when we work hard and play harder, we work hard to give us the ability, the capacity, the resources to be able to play that way that we want to. if that's travel, if that's impact in our community, like whatever that thing is for you, raising a son who can do well in school and be a contributor to society, whatever that thing is for you, that's why we work. We are not just for the money. Okay, I'm sorry. It's not about the money. I've really been wanting to watch Pitch Perfect for a while now. I love that movie. I can't help it. Okay, so whatever the outcome that you're desiring, we work hard so that we can play harder and business better. All right, Christina with the K, anything you want to tell us about? I know there's an upcoming Click, Networking Now.
Yep. So join us for virtual networking on June 3rd.
June 3rd.
Yes, June 3rd at 4 p.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yep, you can register on Eventbrite. What is going on with my words? Eventbrite, or check out my events on Facebook and register today.
All righty then. Outside of that, I still have some exciting news. We're meeting today to finalize it. I promise I'll come back next week and talk about it. Really exciting news. All right, people. So, as we always like to say, live better, do better, be better, and happy entrepreneuring. Ta-ta!
Let Socialita help your business stand out from the crowd by building your brand success through social media management. We're located at 1510 Willow Drive, Suite 100. Our website is www.socialitarva.com. You can also give us a call at 804-484-2001. Again, Socialita.
Imagine Media Lab, in partnership with the Women's Business Center, offers hourly rental to a multimedia studio. Create or edit digital assets for marketing. Record that podcast you've always wanted to start. Voiceovers and live stream. All equipment and software is included in your hourly rental. Located at the Women's Business Center, 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, Suite 100. ImagineMediaLabs.com. Book your session today.